Hey everyone, and welcome to Naveen Tech Hub. You know, AI creativity has just exploded. We can all make these incredible cinematic images and videos with just a few words. But here's the thing, a lot of creators are still using prompts that are completely outdated. They're stuck in the past, and honestly, those prompts just don't work like they used to. Yeah, does this look familiar? I bet it does. This whole keyword spam thing, it's a total relic now. In 2026, modern AI models don't just ignore these words, they can actually penalize you for it, giving you worse results. Seriously. If you want that professional look, you've got to stop thinking like you're adding tags to a photo and start thinking like a film director.
So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to make that shift. We'll look at why the old way is broken, and then we'll build all the way up to a pro-level workflow. All right, let's dive in.
Okay, first up, let's get right to the heart of the problem. You see, the latest models, we're talking Midjourney V7, Runway Gen-3, they're incredibly smart now. They have this sophisticated understanding of natural language. They aren't just scanning for keywords anymore. No, they're looking for context, for relationships between words, for actual instructions. Just spamming a bunch of generic words is kind of like shouting random adjectives at a film crew. It doesn't help, it just creates total confusion.
And this right here really shows the difference. Look at the intent. The old prompt, that's basically just a wish list. The new one on the right, though, that's a set of instructions. It's a proper creative brief. It gives the AI the subject, the medium, the style. It even references an artist for that specific style and tells it exactly what kind of lighting to use. It's the whole package.
So what do you think? Which one of these is going to give the AI the clear direction it needs to make something incredible? The difference in what you get back is, honestly, night and day. The structured prompt, it gives you this coherent, beautifully art-directed scene. The keyword spam, well, you usually just get a generic, kind of overcooked-looking image.
And that really brings us to the most important mindset shift you need to make. We have to stop thinking about prompting and start thinking about directing. It's all about using that structured, descriptive language, the kind of language a cinematographer or director of photography would actually use on a set. So let's take a look at the formulas the pros are using right now.
Okay, so for Midjourney, here's a crucial tip. It pays the most attention to the beginning of your prompt. So you have to lead with your main subject. Don't start with stuff like cinematic photo of. No, start with exactly what you want to see. For example, an astronaut in an abandoned space station. Then you follow up with the style, the mood, and all those technical details. And this is where we get that fine-tuned technical control. After you write your description, you add these things called parameters. You've got -AR for aspect ratio, -S to control how stylized you want it. But these last two are absolute game changers. -OREF can lock in a character's face so they look the same across different images, and -SREF lets you literally borrow the entire visual style from a reference image. So powerful. All right, let's switch gears to video and see how this all builds up. For something like Runway Gen-3, you obviously have to describe motion. But look at how it's layered. You start with your subject, then you describe the action they're performing, you place them in a specific environment, and then, and this is so important, you direct the lighting and the camera movement. Every single layer is another clear instruction for the AI to build that scene over time. You know, if you really want to direct the AI, you've got to speak its language. You have to remember, these models were trained on millions of movies and videos. They know what a rack focus is. They understand what a dolly zoom looks like. Using these professional filmmaking terms is literally the difference between getting a weird, morphing clip and getting a truly dynamic, cinematic shot. Okay, so here's a little secret. The pros, they're not just sitting there writing every single prompt from scratch. No way. They're using a whole ecosystem of powerful, specialized tools that help them optimize, analyze, and even generate prompts for them. So let's take a quick look at the landscape of these tools. I mean, you've got everything from these all-in-one optimizers and super easy templates for beginners, all the way to marketplaces where you can buy prompts that are proven to work. There are even tools that can look at an image you love and reverse engineer the prompt for you. It's pretty wild. So let's break down these categories real quick. The optimizers, they basically handle all the tricky technical syntax for you, making sure it's perfect for whatever platform you're using. The marketplaces are awesome for just getting inspiration and seeing what works. And the reverse engineering tools, well, they're fantastic for learning. You just upload an image or video you admire, and they'll spit out a prompt that could create something just like it. All right, but getting a good first image or video, that's really only half the battle.
The real magic, the pro-level stuff, happens when you start refining and tweaking. So let's get into some of the advanced techniques that creators are using to fix those little errors and really perfect their final output. Okay, two of the most powerful techniques you need to know are in-painting and out-painting. Think of it like this. In-painting lets you fix things inside the image. You can literally draw a box around a weird-looking hand and have the AI regenerate just that one little spot. Out-painting does the opposite. It expands the canvas outside the image. The AI then imagines what's beyond the borders, which is perfect for creating these huge, epic, cinematic shots. And then there's the negative prompt. This is one of the simplest, but also one of the most effective ways to clean up your results. Instead of only telling the AI what you want to see, you also tell it exactly what you don't want. It's fantastic for getting rid of those common AI glitches, like extra fingers, distorted faces, or just weird blurry stuff in the background. Now, for video, one of the biggest headaches is that annoying flicker you sometimes see between frames. Advanced techniques like optical flow guidance are designed to fix exactly that. You can think of it as the AI constantly looking back at the last frame to make sure the next frame flows logically. The result? A way smoother, much more realistic video. It's absolutely key for getting that professional finish. Okay, so we've got all these incredible tools and techniques, but how do you put it all together in a real project? Well, let's do a little case study. We're going to walk through the exact workflow a creator would use to make a short film using nothing but AI. It's basically a four-step process. First, you start in an image generator, something like Midjourney, to create your key shots and establish what your characters look like. Step 2, you take those still images and bring them into a video tool like Runway to animate them. And here's the crucial part. Step 3, you're using those reference parameters, like -ref, the whole time to make sure your character looks the same in every shot. And finally, step 4, you take all those animated clips and assemble them into a cohesive story in a standard video editor. And this is why all of this is such a huge deal. This workflow is a complete game changer. It basically democratizes filmmaking. You can create a beautiful short film with consistent characters and a solid art style without needing a single camera, a single light, or a physical set. It's a massive paradigm shift for creators. Okay, let's bring it all together for the final takeaway. As these AI tools get more and more powerful, our job as creators is changing. It's becoming way less about guesswork and hoping for a lucky result, and much more about directing with clear intent and a strong creative vision. So really, it boils down to these 4 pillars for modern AI creativity. It isn't about finding that one magic prompt. It's about building a whole skill set, using structured, descriptive language, thinking like a filmmaker, knowing how to use the right tools for the job, and always iterating and refining your prompts and your results. And maybe this is the most important idea to leave you with. Stop thinking of AI as just a tool. Think of it as your creative collaborator. Your job is to be a great director, to give it the best, clearest creative brief you can so it can do its best work for you. When you do that, when you give it that clear, structured, and artful direction, the results you get back are just incredible. So I'll leave you with this simple question. Moving forward, are you going to be a prompter? Someone who just types in keywords and hopes for the best? Or are you going to be a director? The choice is yours. If you enjoyed this deep dive into AI prompting and creative tools, subscribe to Naveen Tech Hub. We explore AI engineering, prompt engineering, and real-world AI workflows to help you stay ahead in the AI revolution. See you in the next one.